Good morning, students. Today we are going to do chapter number 6 of Literature Reader. The name of the chapter is How Arthur Became King. So, in this chapter, we will come to know about how a person whose name was Arthur, basically known as Sir Arthur King, how he became the King of England. So, in this story, it is come to know, it is being told to us that the procedure with the help of which Arthur became King of England. The story is given in the form of scenes to us, and there are various characters given in this story, basically just like a play, but it is a story actually where it is given to us that there are many characters in the story, and who are the characters we will come to know. Let's start with it. Firstly, I'll tell you the characters. The characters are Arthur, who is the person who will become the King of England. Merlin merlin was also another person who was a magician. The knights are the high level soldiers. Sir Hector was Arthur's father. He was not the real father of Arthur, but he was the person who raised up Arthur. He was not the parent who has given birth to Arthur, but he was the parent that is known as a foster parent. Foster father means the person who raised Arthur, but he was not the real parent who gave birth to Arthur. So the another character is Archbishop. Archbishop is basically a priest in a church who is responsible for all the churches in the large area of our country. That is, you can say, that is a higher priest. मुख्य अध्यक्ष जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना, मुख्य priest जिसको हम बोलते हैं, that is the main priest, that is the archbishop. Then Sir Kay is the foster brother of Arthur. The lords are the kings of the country. So firstly, in the first scene, here we can have a look. That is, in the first scene, the narrator tells us what is the scene about. Narrator is telling in the story that England, basically the story belongs to England, where Arthur will become the King of England. So narrator tells us that England was going through a very tough time. Why? Because the King of England, the powerful Arthur of the king of Wales, that is Arthur, who was governing England, he got died, and all the strong kings of the country, all the strong lords of the country, they were fighting, they were struggling to be the next king of England in place of Arthur. Due to all this, there was a great physical force with the help of which everybody was fighting to become the King of England, and there was a great confusion everywhere because there was no king and there was no ruler, and everything was not going in the correct way. The another person that we have talked about, Merlin, who was a wise magician, he came to rescue means बचाव. वो इन सब चीजों से बचाव करने के लिए आगे आया. Merlin, who was a wise magician, who came to the rescue, he came to Archbishop. वो बचाव करने के लिए किसके पास गया था? Archbishop, who is the most important man in the church. As I've told you that Archbishop is the main priest of the church, and Merlin suggested Archbishop to call all the great lords, all the great kings of the realm. Realm means all the great kings of the country. That a realm is a portion that of a country that is ruled by a king or a queen. So Merlin suggested Archbishop to call all the kings of the country to come to London on Christmas Eve so that they can choose the king of the England. Okay, so now Archbishop did the same thing that Merlin advised. At Christmas, he called all the kings of the country to London, and he addressed them. All of them, they met in a church. They came to the night church and they met there in the church, and the Archbishop addressed them. And when the first prayer closed, when the first prayer was over, some of the knights looked out of the window. Some of the great soldiers, some of the higher level soldiers, they looked out of the window of the church, and in the churchyard means in the garden of the church, they saw a great square stone. They saw a stone that was of square shape. The first king was asking, what is that shining over there? He was asking about that. Over on there, on the great stone, on the great square stone, there is something that is shining. What is that? Lord 2 is telling that this is like a powerful great sword. The Lord 2 is telling that there is a great powerful sword that is there on the square stone. Lord 3 is telling that there's something written on it with gold. Third person, the third king, is telling that there is written on the sword, there is written something on the sword that is written with gold. And the another persons are asking what is written on it. Then the king fourth says that it is written on the sword that whosoever will pull the sword out of this stone and the iron block, and will means the iron block on which the sword is fitted. So the Lord 4 is telling that whosoever will put this sword from the stone, who that person will become the real king of England. That person will be the new king of England. After the conversation of all the kings, the narrator is now describing that after the service, after the prayer was over, all the lords, all the kings went to the churchyard and they tried to pull the sword out of the stone, but none could move it. But no one was able to move it from the stone. The archbishop told them that the king is not here among us, that the king is not present in between us, but God will make him known. But God will let the king allow to come here, and meanwhile, I will choose 10. I will choose 10 knights. 10 knights mean I will choose 10 soldiers who will keep a watch over the swords, so that nobody could keep it out of the keep it out of that place. So the narrator is telling us now that the knights were chosen, 10 people were chosen as the good knights, good soldiers. And then the archbishop decided that on the New Year's Eve, on the New Year's Day, all the great people, they will come together for a tournament, and that tournament will be held on the south bank of Thames. Thames is a river in London, that is near the London Bridge. The south bank is near the London Bridge, and they chose the place on which the tournament will held, that is the south bank of Thames. And the great tournament will be held on the day of New Year. So all the people will come there at that day for the tournament. Over there, each man would attempt with all his power to find out whether he was the next king of England. मतलब उस tournament में what they will do, they will try to take the sword out of that stone, so that they can try their power, that they will become the king of England, they will become the next king of England. So this was the first scene, where we have seen that the narrator told us what the scene was. There was an archbishop, there were lords, there were kings, and they were talking about the sword that was in the stone. So in the scene 2, what is there in the scene 2? The narrator is telling us that the judgment day arrived. Which is the judgment day? The New Year's Eve, the New Year day. The judgment day arrived. The great people came in huge numbers. So many people came in large numbers to fight for the sword, to take the sword out of the stone and to be crowned as the next king of England. So it was obvious for Sir Hector. Now there is another character in play, that is Sir Hector, who is a good knight, who is a good soldier, and he also came to play his part in the event. Now Sir Hector is saying this to his two sons. One is Arthur and the another one is Kay. Hurry up, we are leaving for the tournament in a while. Sir Hector ordered his two sons Arthur and Kay that to hurry up, because they want to leave for the tournament. Arthur and Kay, they together said that we are coming, father. Now the narrator tells us that the brave youth, the brave youngster Arthur, the brave son Arthur, he was unaware of the contest that was to be made for the sword. He did not know about the contest that was to be made for the sword, and Sir Hector has just told him that they were to go for a tournament, but he did not tell the reason why the tournament was there, why they were holding the tournament. So Arthur, along with his father Sir Hector and his brother Sir Kay, they rode to London. They went to London, and Sir Kay was the elder brother of Arthur. When they entered the city, they passed the churchyard. The churchyard is the same place where the sword was kept. They saw the sword that was laid in the stone, and they were about to reach the London Bridge where the tournament was about to held, when suddenly Sir Kay said that he had left his sword at home. He forgot his sword at home. So Sir Kay asked Arthur if he would go back and bring the sword for Sir Kay. Arthur, the younger brother, he said, of course, I will go and I will bring your sword from home. The narrator said, Also he set out, that means then, or Arthur, he went out to get the sword for his brother, but when once when he reached home, he was unable to go inside. There were some reasons, like you can say there were some problems, because the due to which Arthur was unable to go to home, and he came back home. He was very disturbed, and he decided something. He decided to go back. And what he decided, let's have a look what he decided. Now Arthur decided that I will fastly go to the churchyard where we have passed, and I will get the beautiful sword out of that stone. And I know that the sword does not belong to anyone, and my brother, and this is a beautiful sword. I will take it out from the stone, and my brother will have a weapon for him. So narrator tell us that Arthur got back. Arthur went back, and he started riding the horse until he reached the churchyard. He got out, he got down from the horse. Dismounted means he got down from the horse, and he tied the horse to a tree. And then he saw the sword, and he got it immediately out for his brother. The narrator tells us the 10 knights who were there to take care of the sword, they were not, who were guarding the sword, they were not there at that time, because they were gone to see the combats in the tournament. Combats means the active fighting in the tournament. Arthur ran up, he pulled the sword lightly. He went towards the sword, and he pulled it lightly. It came out from the anvil, it came out from the iron rod, and he went to Sir Kay, he went to his brother who was waiting for him on the London Bridge. Then Arthur told him that, Sir Kay, I have got the sword for you. Sir Kay asked Arthur कि तुम्हें ये कहाँ से मिली, where did you get it from? Arthur told that I went back to our house, but when I went back, I saw that the drawbridge. What is a drawbridge? Drawbridge is a bridge that is used to stop the people from passing. मतलब किसी लोगों को आगे मूव करने के लिए, रोकने के लिए जो चीज यूज होती है, that is a drawbridge. The drawbridge was raised just as similarly when we it is similar to the railway पास, लाइक द जिसको हम बोलते हैं फाटक, जो रेलवे पास होता है, उसके जैसा था, लोगों को आगे मूव करने के लिए रोका जाए, उसके लिए ड्रॉब्रिज होता है. आर्थर टोल्ड दैट व्हेन ही वेंट टू द हाउस द ड्रॉब्रिज वाज रेज्ड. ही tried many a times to call the warden, but he was unable to call the warden because the warden could not hear him. So he went back to churchyard, and that fall on their way, and he took the sword out from the anvil. Then the narrator said that both of them, and Arthur and Kay, both of them overtook to Sir Hector, who came to the field where the tournament was taking place. And Sir Kay told everything to his father, that what has happened, that his brother has taken the sword out, that his brother has taken the sword out from the anvil. So Sir Hector told him that, Sir Hector told Arthur that you must be the king of this land. He told him that this land belongs to you, you will be the king of this land. Arthur asked him, what do you mean, sir? Narrator is telling us here that Sir Hector told Arthur that Sir Hector told both of them the reason why they were here, why the tournament was held, and they were destined to be the king. The Arthur king, he was destined to be the king. So Sir Hector told him that he ordered him to pull the sword out again in front of him. He said that put the sword back in the place and pull it out again in front of me so that I can see whether you can pull the sword out again or not. Arthur said, easily, I can do that very easily, and I can show it to you how I pull it back. The narrator said, the three returned to the churchyard. The three went back to the great stone, and Arthur put back the sword. He put back the sword in the stone, and his father tried to take it out, but he was failed. Then he told his father, he told his son, he told his elder son, Sir Kay, to try it. The narrator said, Sir Kay, in spite of great efforts, the narrator is telling us that Sir Kay tried very many a times. He tried with great efforts, but he also failed to take it out from the stone. Then Arthur, he ordered then Arthur was ordered by his father Sir Hector to pull it out from the stone. And then when he pulled out the sword out of the stone, Sir Hector, that is the father of Arthur, and Sir Kay, who is the brother of Arthur, they knelt before Arthur, मतलब वो उसके सामने झुक गए. Arthur said, "Alas, my own dear father and my brother, why do you kneel to me?" He was sad that his father and brother were kneeling down in front of him. Sir Hector said, "No, my lord here means king. No, my king, I am not your father. You are of higher blood than I am. You belong to the higher family than I am. And previously, long time ago, when the king Arthur died, he left behind, there was his wife and a baby. When he died, his wife and baby was there, and you were handed over to me by the wise magician Merlin." That is, he was telling Arthur that you are not my son. You were the son of the king. You were the son of the king, and the wise magician Merlin gave you to me, handed over you to me, who had a pact with the king. Pact means agreement. Merlin was having an agreement with the king. Arthur asked, "What agreement?" Sir Hector told him that whenever the royal baby will grow up, whenever the baby of the king will grow up, the king will give the child to Merlin, and Merlin gave you to me so that I can take care of you, and he told me that you will going to be the king of England soon. The narrator tells us that at that time when the father told the son about whole story, he was so astonished, he was so surprised, and he was looking at his father. Sir Hector told, "My gracious lord, my king, you will be good. Will you be good to me?" He is asking, "Will you be good to me now, and will you be good to me, my family, when you will become a king? Your behavior be the same for us?" Arthur said, "I will for sure, because I am more beholden to you." Beholden means I am more thankful to you for whatever you have done to me till my birth, and to anyone else in the world. I am more beholden, I am more thankful to you than anyone else in the world. And you and the good lady means my mother, you and your wife, my foster mother. Foster means who has not given birth but who has raised the child, who has grown the child up. You and your wife, who has treated me as their own child, and if it is God's will that I would become the king, I will ask me whatever you want, I will give it to you. Sir Hector said, "Sir, I ask to make my son Sir Kay, that is your foster brother, the steward of all your lands." Steward is a person who serve the knights and soldiers of a country. Arthur said, "It will be done that if I'll become a king, I will make Sir Kay the steward of all the lands." The narrator then tells us that all of the three, after all this, all of the three went to the archbishop, and all of them, they told the story to him, the story of Merlin and everything that occurred previously, that he pulled out the sword from the stone and everything. They told this to archbishop, and archbishop requested that please don't tell this to anyone else. So they could not tell, they will not tell this to anyone, they promised. This was the scene second. Now in the scene 3, what happened in the scene 3? Firstly, the narrator is telling us that at the order of the archbishop, all the kings of the country, they assembled, they got together in the churchyard on the 12th day of January. On 12th of January, all the kings got together in the churchyard, and everyone tried to get the sword out of the stone, but everyone failed, and at last Arthur came. He stepped forward, he just touched the sword, and he was able to get it out. The sword came in his hand, and when the sword came in his hand, all the kings, they were unable to believe that, because he was just a boy, and they got angry. First king said that he is just a boy, he is unable to get the sword out. Lord 2 said, "Look at him, he is not even having beard, he is not that much mature, he is not even having proper beard, and he is not having the proper looks of a man. How could he be the king?" Third king said that he is so weak. All the other lords said that, and not of the high blood, that is, he doesn't belong to a good family, he cannot be the king. Narrator tells us that they refused, all of the kings. They were told about the story of the Merlin, and that Merlin has given the child to the person so that he can take care of him. Merlin has given the child to Sir Hector so that he can take care of him, but they refused to believe the story, and at last they quarreled a lot. They were having a fight, and after all the fights, it is decided that they will have another round, or that will be held during the Candlemas. Candlemas is the holidays that are for Christians, and that fell in the month of February. Then again, when in February they tried, Arthur was again the winner. This went out until all the kings and archbishop decided to have the final round. So this was the second round in the month of February, when Arthur again became victorious, and after that they tried it for the third time. The third time, that is the final trial, and that would be held at the Feast of Pentecost, which will fall in May, which would be on May. So in the third scene, we saw that twice Arthur was able to get victory, to get the sword out of the stone. So in the fourth scene, in the next scene, narrator tells us that the Feast of Pentecost arrived in May, and again Arthur pulled the sword out of the stone. He was successful again, but now and everyone was again angry. But now the common people of England, they came forward, and because they got frustrated, so they came forward and they said, everybody was speaking together. They said that we will have Arthur as our king, as the king of England, and we will have no more delay in choosing our king, because it is the God's will that Arthur will become our ruler. So commoner one means the first common people, common person among the common people. The commoner one came, and everybody cried. Cried means everybody, they were talking, they were speaking together, they were welcoming the king of England, Arthur. Commoner two said, our one true king, Arthur. All the other commoners, they were talking together, they were speaking together, that's to our one true king, Arthur. Narrator said this, that all the people were present there, high and low, rich and poor, all of them, they knelt down in front of Arthur, and they begged for the forgiveness. They were saying sorry because of the delay of making him the king. Arthur forgave them, and he took out his sword reverently, means he was showing deep respect. He put the sword, he placed the sword on the great altar that was on the another side of the archbishop, where the archbishop was standing. On the another side, there was a great altar, where Arthur put his sword, showing deep respect and showing the sign that he will dedicate himself and the sword to the God, and he will try to become a good king. After that, after all this, a grand ceremony was held to commemorate means to celebrate an event for the crowning of the king. He stood up before his people. Arthur was standing up before his people, and he took a vow, मतलब उसने कसम खाई that he would be a good king and always do justice for his people. King Arthur told, I swear to protect my people from every evil and impart equal justice to everyone. And the commoners, everybody said together, long live King Arthur, long live the king. Narrator tells us that the King Arthur after that chose the men for as his officers, and he made Sir Kay the steward, as he promised his father that he will make Kay as the steward of his lands. After the crowning, the king set about righting all the wrongs, means the king उसने क्या किया, he set all the works as the right work, and that were the things that were being done as in a wrong manner when the King Arthur died. He took all the things and he set all the things in a right way, and he gave back all the lands and the money of the poor people, and that was taken from the widows and the orphans. He gave it back to them, and he showed kindness towards all the people of his country. And at the very beginning, at the very start of his rule, his people started calling him the Good Arthur King. Why do people started calling him the Good Arthur King? Because he was very kind, and at the very beginning of his session, at the very beginning of his rule, he was showing his kindness towards the people by giving the money and the lands back to the people who are needy. So in this way, Arthur became the king of England. So this was the story that told us that how Arthur was able to become the king of England. Now we will have a look at the exercises given in this chapter. Firstly, A part says answer these questions. Answer these questions. These questions are related to the chapter, the story that we have read. We have to read the questions and understand them, and then we have to attempt the answers for them. Now B part says read the sentences and answer the questions. Here are some sentences given, and depending upon the sentences there are some questions given that are related to that particular sentence. We have to read the sentence and then we have to answer the question that is related to the sentence. C part says think and answer. Think and answer, there are two questions given that you have to think about the question, what according to you can be the answer, what according to you can be the situation. You have to tell that as the answer of the question. So this was all about the story. I hope you have understood the story and you have enjoyed the story. So now try to attempt the question answers on your own. Thank you. Have a nice day.